for you. I love how these came out. This is a repeat item. I did these last year. I came up with this idea several years ago, and I'm going to link all my videos below where I made this. These are my little pencil notepad sets, and I did a little something different this year because last year the notepads seemed to be an issue for a lot of people where they couldn't get staples to cut them. I'm going to link that video below so you can see how I did them last year, but I went ahead and was thinking how I could do it different this year to make it more accessible for people, because the notepads were the issue last year, like I said. So what I did is I Googled skinny notepads. That's all I did. And a site came up, which is a company that I've ordered from before, and it's Papertrey Ink. And they have these, and they're so cool. They are little notepads, and they look like this. They come 10 to a pack, and they measure 2.5 by 8, which are perfect. You get 10, like I said, and again, they're from Papertrey Ink. So I'm gonna link the link below where I found these. This is not a sponsored video, anything. I just literally Googled skinny notepads, and these came up, and they were $6 for 10 of them. So again, this is what they look like. They come in a pack of 10, and I'm gonna link to it below so where you can go over and buy these yourself if you would like to. But first, let me show you all the beautiful pencil sets that I've made already, and all the materials you're going to need, and then we'll jump right into the tutorial. So I decided to show you the materials first that you're going to need. So to make 4 of these pencil sets, it's only going to take 1 piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and then you're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm using one out of the Boho Vibes, and I'm in love with this paper pad. This is from the Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby. You're going to obviously need your notepads, and I'll link to these below. And you're going to need some pencils, and I'm using these that I got from the Target Dollar Spot and Marshalls and just everywhere. I just collect pencils all year long, and like cute ones like this with words on them and stuff, and I just save them up for this project. And then I'm using little mini erasers from the Target Dollar Spot, and I'm going with like a boho vibe here, if you can't tell already. So I have these cute little pink and aqua foxes, and then some cactus and succulents. So I'm using those, and those are optional. You don't have to use erasers. And then I'm using a corner rounder, some yarn, and this is another change. Last year I used ribbon, and I like yarn so much better for this. Obviously some adhesive, and then a bone folder, which I can't locate mine at this moment, but you're gonna need a bone folder. You're gonna need a 1-inch circle punch and a scoreboard. And last but not least, you're gonna need some clear adhesive sleeves, and I got these from clearbags.com, and I'm gonna show you the item number. It's B310. So I'm gonna link to this below so you can go over and purchase these, because it's the perfect size for the size notepads and pencil sets that I'm making. Okay, so let's go ahead and I will show you all the pencil sets that I've made so far, and then we'll get started on the tutorial. Okay, you guys, so I've made 16 of these so far. I'm gonna make 20 altogether. So let me show you all the ones I made. I have them in this really cute box that my sister got me from Michael's. Isn't it adorable? It's one of those photo boxes. Anyways, so I'm going to show you the cute ones that I made in the different designs. So here's the little teepees. I think that the paper I used is the cutest paper I've ever seen. And it's very pastel-y, but it also has some really vibrant colors and distress pages. So it's very boho. So there's the cute little teepee ones, and I'm going to actually take one out in case there's too bad of a glare to show you guys what I did. So there's the back, what the back looks like. Maybe I should have shown you that, huh? Let me take one of these out. So here's what the notepad looks like, and all I did is I simply covered the back because this was like a piece of cardboard. So I just covered the back, and the cute little pencil set looks like. So there's where the erasers are. It's just this cute little holder. And by the way, you guys, the tutorial that I learned how to make this holder, she made these holders for some Valentine suckers, and it's linked in my old video that I'm linking below. Use this one, just I tweaked it a little bit to use it for pencils instead of suckers, but she was really talented, but I think she left YouTube. So anyways, there is that cute little holder, and I used yarn and pencils, and I'm going to show you how I make these stick. And again, I just simply covered the back here so it was cute through the little plastic sleeve. So let me show you the other ones I made. Okay, so here are the cute little flower ones I made. And I make it so where you can always see the word and they don't twist, and I'll show you how to do that. So here is this design. I'll give you a close-up. That's what that looks like. It's a really pretty distressed kind of vintage flower page. And all this paper, again, is from that boho paper pad from Hobby Lobby. So there's those four. It's a wood grain with floral design on it, and it's very distressed and vintage. So I made these. Aren't they cute, you guys? I think this paper is so pretty. I'll give you a close-up. Look how distressed and vintage that is. Sorry, I keep forgetting to show you the backs. So that's what the back looks like, and I'll show you the back of this one. Here's this one. Don't mind my nails. I have some nail polish that's chipping off. And then the last batch that I made are these. And these are so cute. They're so bohemian, and I just love the style. Very feminine as well. So here's these four, and I'll give you a close-up. I love that design. It's so pretty. Hope you can make that out without too bad of a glare. And then there's the back. So there's the 16 I've made. So let's go ahead and get started on this tutorial. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock for our bases, and we're going to cut 4 strips at 2 by 11. Put it in on the 8-inch side and cut 4 2-inch strips. Our scrapbook paper, and you can get 4 bases, you can get 4 pencil holders out of this as well. So this is the paper we're going to use to mat our bases. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut this, you're going to cut 4 inches off of this, but you want to cut it long ways. So basically this is the top of your paper, and so you're going to want to turn it so the top is facing the right, and you're going to cut 4 inches. Now if your paper doesn't matter, like if it's just a pattern design and it doesn't have like a top and bottom, you can do it any way you want, but just make sure the top of your paper is facing the right when you cut the 4 inches off. So cut the 4 inches off, and now you're going to take, so you have an 8-inch piece and a 4-inch piece. You're going to put this one aside, and you're going to take the 4-inch piece and you're going to cut 4 strips at 1 3/4. So it's going to be 4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so after you have your 4 that measure 4 by 1 3/4, you're going to take the leftover piece from that 4-inch strip that you cut, and here it is. You are going to cut 4 pieces that measure 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. So we're going to cut this at 2 1/4. So it only worked out where I can get 2 out of this. So we're going to use the scrap left over from after we cut this big piece to get the last 2 of that. So with this big piece, we're just going to cut to cover the back of these notepads. So we're going to cut these at 2 1/2 by 8. gonna do is you're gonna do some scoring on your cardstock. You're gonna score these on the 11-inch side at 6.5 and 6 7/8. And 7/8 is the little hash right before 7 inches. On all of your bases. So I like to stack 2 at once because this is pretty thick cardstock, and you're going to round these 2 corners and these 2 corners. You're going to take your scrapbook paper and make sure you have these all so the top is up here, and you're going to round those corners as well. And you can stack all 4 of these together if you're using this corner chomper. But any corner chomper will work for this. So just the top 2 corners, and then you're going to take your little pieces, again, make sure the top is at the top, and do the same thing, round these 2 corners. Okay, so now it's time to start building our little pencil holder. So what you're going to do is just grab your base, and this is how it's going to be closed once we glue it down. But go ahead and take your little piece here, and you're just going to go ahead and mat this. So leave about 1/8 to 1/4 inch border all the way around. So that way there's enough room for this to close, just like that. So all you're going to do is glue that down. So there's our top, there's the top of our little holder. So you've got that piece on now, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna mat this piece here. So I like to just go ahead and open up my holder and lay it down flat so that I can mat this piece. When you flip it back over, you've got your little pencil holder going here. So the next thing you're going to do is get your 1-inch circle punch that we talked about, and you're going to take it, flip this open again, and you want to punch a hole right here so the pencils can go through. So make sure you stick it in like this, and just make sure it's even. Leave about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch up here, because we're going to be gluing that part down, but just make the hole right around this area. It doesn't have to be perfect, just however you think it looks good. Okay, so now we have our little hole punched, and our pencil holder is coming together. So the next thing we need to do is glue this down. So again, flip it over, and you're just going to add adhesive right here. And add a bunch, because this is what's going to be holding your pencil holder together. So then we have added adhesive, and you're just going to make sure it's straight on the edges, and it's up to the bottom of this, and just glue it down. So now here's our little holder, the cute little gusset down there to hold the pencils, and now we can add our pencils. Add a little bit of adhesive right here, and it doesn't hurt the pencil. I've already tested it. So you're just going to add a little strip here and here. And that way the pencils would be held in place. And so I like to stick them in, let's see, I'll put this one in the middle. So with the words showing. You say, making it happen, think pretty thoughts, and escaping the ordinary. So I'm just going to stick them in, make them the way I like them. And then once they're straight and all in there and the words are showing, just gently press down on that adhesive and make sure they're even. And that way they stick and they don't go anywhere, see? And we're going to do the same thing down here for the erasers. Just add a strip or two of adhesive, just very small, right at the bottom. And again, I'm using these Target Dollar Spot erasers. And I'm gonna stick a little fox right here and a little succulent. Let's see which one I want. Right here. So they're very cute. I just think that that is such a cute little touch to this. And then the next thing you're gonna do is just tie some yarn around it. So I'm just gonna snip off some yarn. I don't measure because I like the look of it when it has a bunch of yarn. So what you're gonna do is just leave a little tail so you can tie it, and then just wrap this around a bunch of times. It doesn't have to be exact. I just do it for as long as my yarn is. And so just do it until you have about the same length as your other string, and just tie it in a cute little bow. So now you have your little yarn bow and wrap. And so next, all there is to do is cover the back of the notepad. So here's the notepad, and all we're gonna do is flip it over. Take one of our pieces that we had cut to 2.5 by 8 and just cover it with adhesive and glue it down. So make sure the top is at the top, obviously. Line it up, and this is exact. There's gonna be no border, so make sure you line it up at the top and then the edge here on the side, and it should lay perfectly. And there it is. So we just matted the back to make it cute. It's gonna show cute through that adhesive sleeve. And here is our cute pencil set. So now the last thing to do is just put it in your sleeve. So let's grab one of our adhesive sleeves. And so the opening here is gonna be on your surface and at the bottom. So you're gonna take your little notepad, put that in first, and then your pencil set, and slip that right over top. Very self-explanatory, you guys. This makes it look so much nicer and just a nicer presentation. So here's the cute little pencil set. And it looks really pretty on the back because we covered it. And now we're just gonna seal it. Okay, so here's our cute little pencil set we made. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you've been collecting pencils all year long like I have to make these cute little pencil sets. For pricing, I'm gonna go ahead and price these at $3 each. That's what I did last year. I sold out last year of every single one of them. So they were great sellers, and I think that $3 is a great price. So if you'd like to see photos of everything, I'm gonna have them over on my Instagram. And I wanna thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.